irritation respondent 20 sampai 30.
Kolom your PC apa ya feedback atau feedback to the respondent next to PFP banana yes banana mas banana itu dia kalau melihat hasilnya secara keseluruhan keberhasilan efeknya
uji untuk anti-aging perubahannya masih dalam waktu 2 sampai 3 bulan. Tapi dalam pemakaian seminggu 2 kali masker build up dry 15 sampai 30 menit.
Thank you.
Okay, any questions from the floor? If no, then I just would like to comment on your presentation because I noticed you have a very lengthy background introduction as well as your result were, your sentences were quite lengthy. So you have to make it summarized. Just highlight on those key points. All right. Second is no references. So which is, I feel, is very important. No matter like when it's come to the result as well as mainly for the introduction part. So all those statements, all those points you have to cite, they must have references, especially for the introduction. So there's no references for the introduction as well as for the methods that you were used for the, for the experiment. You must have references. So they must be having a slide specific for the references. So yeah, that's one thing that I would like to comment. Yeah. Okay. Next time when you prepare your slide, and must have a labeling for the pictures. The pictures that you cite for the result part. So you must have a labeling: picture 1, figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, and you must have the proper labeling to differentiate between 3 pictures, so that whoever is viewing your presentation, they can have an idea. So they were very blank. There's no label, so we don't know. Unless you need to point and you have to explain us. All right? Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, shall we call the next one?
Okay, so now we would like to invite Dr. Lenny Opobleti to our section. Welcome, Doctor.
Yeah.
All right, so next we would like to welcome the next presenter, Toji Amonanga. Toji? Yes, welcome, sir. So please be
Dr.
reminded, all of you are requested to present for 5 minutes. Maybe at the 4th minute, maybe we can alert you, we can remind you to conclude your presentation, and there will be 2 minutes for Q&A. All right, thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon for all audience. Thank you for this opportunity. I want to present my research with title Effect of Motivation on Performance of the ASN or State Civil Administrators in UBT Puskesmas Pulau Brayan in 2023. Next. Introduction. Performance is defined as success in completing duties, both in terms of quality and quantity. The performance of health works reflects the quality of health service, which contributes to public satisfaction. Motivation is the main factor that influences the performance of health works. A strong motivation influences individual behavior in various contexts, including in learning and working. The objective of this research is to determine the effect of motivation of ASN or State Civil Apparatus performance in UBT or Integrated Service Unit Puskesmas or Community Health Center. Next. Method. This is a quantitative survey research designed with a cross-sectional approach. The population in the study were all ISN, or State Civil Apparatus, at Pulau Brian Health Center, which total 31 people. The number of samples is 31 state civil apparatus using a total sampling technique. The data are collected by questionnaire and they are analyzed with univariate, bivariate, and multivariate analysis. Next. Result. Based the table, we find age has no effect on the performance of the ISN in Puskesmas Pulau Brian. Neither lack of work on performance of the ISN at the Pulau Brian Community Health Center. Next. Based the table, we find the result of the research show that there is an effect of motivation on the performance of EISN in Puskesmas Pulau Brian in terms of extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. Next. Based the table, the most dominant variable in this research is intrinsic motivation. Next. Conclusion and recommendation. It is suggested that Puskesmas continue to improve and sustain the motivation so that the ISN's performance can affect the service and patient or physical satisfaction. Community health centers need to encourage the employees to strengthen relationship and collaboration among members of ISN. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Doctor, you can.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, sir. May I know what is the questionnaire used in the study? Is it the standardized one or is it the researcher-made questionnaire? The questionnaire that you used in the motivation. So is it a standardized questionnaire or a self-made questionnaire?
Soalan yang digunakan.
Self-made.
Okay, so if it is a self-made, may I ask, how did you check for the validity and reliability of the questionnaire?
Reliability and validity of that question.
Uh,
Did you do?
Uji validitas, valid.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes.
Did you do?
Yes,
You have tested. Okay. Okay. Any question from the floor? Yes.
You won't have to.
Afternoon, all participants. In this oral presentation, I found that there intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation that affect ISN performance. What is intrinsic motivation? Give an example. And what is extrinsic motivation? Give an example. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Intrinsic motivation is the motivation that comes from inside the individual himself that affect his performance. Example, self-expression, personal fit, and extrinsic motivation is the motivation that comes from outside the individual himself that affect his performance. Example, reward, job involvement, and leadership. Thank you.
All right. Any question from the floor? All right. If not, just I would like to comment on your presentation, sir, because I also noticed that you didn't cite any references for your background introduction, which is very important. Okay, so whenever you are writing something, you are giving some statement. So for the introduction, for anything like even for discussion that taken from other sources, so you have to cite it. Okay, so that will show the research gap, that will show the significance of the study as well. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
study. Thank you. All right. So next, we would like to welcome Mr. Bandri.
Mr. Benry, yeah. Is this your PPT? Correct, ah? Ini ya? Betul.
Yeah.
Betul ya?
Yes.
Betul ya?
Good afternoon, my honorable and all of my participants. Thank you. Let me to introduce my research this time.
Sorry.
Analyze of waiting time for BPJS patient service at primary care Situmeang Habitaran with a systematic literature review. BPJS here, I want to know BPJS is a global insurance. Global insurance where the insurance is was government is government institution. As introduction, waiting time for services is a problem that is still often encountered in health services practice and is one component that has the potential to cause dissatisfaction. You know, in Indonesia, we know the patient is become to two part. Part one is by private financing, and the second part is we say that patient BPJS, where waiting for a long time causes patient dissatisfaction. So I focus for this research is only patient BPJS. And then service waiting time is the time a patient uses to receive health services from the registration point until entering the doctor's examination room. In this research, I'm to observe the patient BPJS from his coming to the center healthcare until he go home. They go home, yes. And then waiting time for patient services are still not running well and are less than optimal, especially for long stay outpatients. As a result, it has an impact on patient satisfaction with the services provided at the primary care. In Indonesia, we say this is puskesmas. In Indonesia, pusat kesehatan masyarakat. There are still complaints from the several patients due to waiting time problems at the polyclinic services, so that there are still some patients who ask the registration officers and polyclinic officers about services at their primary care. Next card. And then, as a problem with this research is the formulation of the problem that will be discussed in this research is what is the relationship between the length of waiting time for services and patient satisfaction with services at the Situmiang Abisala Community Healthcare Center. Next.
So you have 1 more minute. Just try to conclude. 1 more minute.
Okay. I will to explain what's the conclusion.
Okay.
As the conclusion for this research is yes, long registration long registration time at the counter, limited number of doctors, large number of patients, and limited of other health service staff. The waiting time in outpatient care is more than 60 minutes, considering that every year the number of patients who must be served increases. So, outpatient satisfaction at the Sikimang Habinsaran Community Health Center in 2023 conclude that more than 70% of people expressed dissatisfaction with outpatient services, especially for BPJS patients, because the waiting time for the services for patients was too long. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Any question from the floor? No? So, doctor?
Okay, Ms. Ednar. So, knowing about the results, sir, of your study, may I know what would be your recommendation to improve the quality of service in that specific clinic?
Yes, thank you. I'll try to make a small application. Yes. So this application used for the health center, Puskesmas, I want to have there how to increase satisfaction for patient BPJS. Thank you.
So, can you be more specific on how are you going to do this? How are you going to improve their level of satisfaction?
Yes. This aim and this goal, how to increase satisfaction. So I want to try for the Puskesmas healthcare how to make the services more fast. So they are not waiting too long, become 16 more than 16 minutes.
Mm.
How to make them for patient more fast to services. Thank you.
So, I suggest you make a policy brief out from the result of your study, and then you can present that to the head or the president of the clinic to help them improve their services.
Yeah, especially this is for the health center.
Mm, okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I also would like to comment on the references, which I noticed that you didn't cite, and also we noticed some non-English words. So try to avoid it, like Malay words. Try to avoid it. I saw that in the slides, so try to make it standardized. Lah.
Yes,
Alright.
thank you,
And
Miss.
next, maybe I don't know, I didn't see your methods, I didn't see the number of respondents. So next time, maybe you can try to make it within the time presentation. Right?
Thank you for improvement.
Thank you so much.
Very much. Good afternoon.
So next, we would like to welcome Ms. Justiciana to give a presentation. Just a minute.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so glad to be here and be for Dr. Melanie and lovely supervisor, Dr. Nalapan. And thank you for coming for participate today. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Justiciana, Master Biomedic from the Medical Faculty, Baitur University, Indonesia. And now I'm a PhD student in Lincoln University. Okay. Now today I'm going to presentation about the zinc tolerance on the characteristic of lactic acid bacteria from the Bukittinggi as probiotic. As we know that Dadia is like traditional food from the West Sumatra in the Padang area. So the all people, local people usually consume that. Next like from the dadia, we call it dadia. Dadia is the like cold fermentation from the cold mills, and it's rich with the all benefit. It's like it's like anti microbacterial, antioxidant, anti they have a lot of advantage for our body and also improve the microbiome for our digestive system. It's very a lot benefit and many research about the diet as probiotic, and we have to do that. Next slide. We actually it is the initial experiment for my team with my supervisor because we focus with the Dadia who reduce their obesity and we wanna go to enrich with the enzyme. So today we make a research with the C2C to going to see macroscopic identification and see want to how much the lactic acid bacteria in the dadia. And also we did gram straining bacteria and biochemical test and gene resistance. Next slide. And we got that from the macroscopic. We find that the Dacia have the white, yellow, round, smooth, and convex. Everything is good. And according by WHO, is uh, have the potential as probiotic. So we is a safe for consume for every day to improve the immunity for our body. And next, and from the Casalase test, is we found the all sample homofermentative is mean negative. We don't find the fluids or gas in the sample. Next slide. And then actually in the research, we want to enrich the daddy from the cold fermentation with the zinc. We want to combine. We want to see that it's a work. Is it work a zinc when we mix with the dalia? And then we do the resistant zinc. We put in the agar, and then after that we put the zinc tablet and capsule, and we see clear. Everything is good. It means that uh, uh, lactic acid bacteria is resistant with the zinc. It means they is not reduce lactic acid bacteria, so we can enrich that together. And then we get the point that the next experiment we want to put the to reduce the obesity for the animal experience. Next, and after that we improve the to want to know about how zinc can work with the bowel, like the acid bacteria. So we enrich the probiotic dadia. We put dadia after the as probiotic, and then we put a zinc in the agar. Broad agar is different broad agar, and then we mix. Yes. After that, the is work also. And then conclusion is that it is as probiotic, so we can use it and we can enrich with the zinc. So it is my the potential to reduce obesity. So in the next experiment, we can introduce it to the obesity rate. I think that's all. Thank you for
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Listi. So, any questions from the floor? Any questions? So, Doctor? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. I want to ask, this your research, apa namanya, for what concentration in blood for what the colonization?
It's not a blood.
Oh, no
It's
blood,
not
but
blood. It's we take this from the milk
oh,
fermentation,
milk
from the coal fermentation. We call it that. Yeah. After that, we soak in the bamboo until 3 days. It will be fermentation process. After that, we take that, yeah, and it's like isolate, and then we put a mix for that.
Okay. Can you make process isolation the apa tadi?
Yes,
blood
we did.
blood technique, blood isolation.
Yes, we did isolate. And then we do macroscopic test. We find the lactic acid bacterium, and then we do some tests, and we see that if the potential as probiotic, so we can see that it means the 10 converts 9. Let's say that. It's according to HO.
Okay, how long time you do the isolation?
Three time 24 3 days.
3 days. Okay, 3 days.
Yes.
Isolation, and can you exactly the colonization?
Yes, of course.
Exactly
Yes,
3
yes.
days.
We can do the fermentation that's also, so you can see the catalysis as
Ventilation negative Uji.
yes. Negative is mean there is no gas inside the sample.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. Since the result of this fight is very positive, right? So I want to know what is next after this study and what are your future plans? Do you like create products out of this?
Actually, my major is nutritionist, and I would like to have the people with the obesity. So next in the future, I would like to make like a product like because yeah, the traditional food all people consume every day. So I would like to combine and mix with the zinc. After that, consume it every day without the side effect to make the people better safe. And of course, from the literature and research, we know that using have a lot of advantage for our body benefit because it have the effective for the leptin and the appetite in our brain. I think it's really helpful
So I'm
on the future.
I'm excited of what you can do from
But
this.
it's just an animal experiment first.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
I have a recommendation to make. I feel that your study is a very good study. Okay, and I would suggest you to find on the antioxidant properties of these particular, compounds that you have formulated. So, if you have tested on antioxidant studies, that would actually give you an insight on what is the total phenolic compounds, what are the active ingredients in the particular compounds that you have researched. Okay, thank you very much. Very good. And I have a comment that you never add any reference, right? So reference and labeling in your figures. Okay, that is the only problem. Yeah. So just try to improve that. All right. Thank you very much.
Alright. So thank you, Ms. Yusti. So next, we would like to welcome Mr. Enderman to give his presentation.
Hold on. Yeah. Give me a few moments. Okay.
Enderman.
Wait. What is the name? Henderman. Yeah.
Good afternoon to Mr. Professor and all participants. I'm Ian,
Hold on,
Again, I'm student in Direktur Pasar Sarjana Sanitary Indonesia University of Sumatera, Indonesia. And today I made specific traditional dress from Nias Islam of Sumatera Utara. Thanks this opportunity, I would like to present my paper with the title, Analyze the factor related to the empowering family supporting for stunting prevention in binge eating in 2022. Next. That is our team, and the advisor is director in mental to activity research. Next. This is research location Sinform maps. The Binjai is location North Sumatera, Indonesia. Duration from Medan City to Binjai City is about our 1 hour. Is the duration, and there is mile of Binjai and last mile of Binjai City. Next. Um, this is the story. Stunting is a description in the growth and development of children with chronic malnutrition and recurrent infection which it is characterized by their body weight and all being less standard WHO 2015. 1525. Binjai city is in the yellow zone with a percentage of 21.7%, something to this or stunting administration in 2021. The role of family assistance team service is very important in carrying out efforts to handle on prevention stunting and diffuses this description my activity in the field moment research. Next. Um, The aim of this study is to analyze the factors related to the success of empowering family support teams for stunting prevention in Binjai City. Next. The method, type of research. This is type of research is mixed method research design, quantitative data collection strategies and qualitative approach. Sample in sample the study of population comprised 114 supportive team in Binjai Situat and sample 53 family supporting member and supporting informant of the research include 10 individual from healthcare sector, family welfare program and community leader and 5 figures. The data collection through the interface techniques as will as documents and literature studies and the data analysis through statistic TSS as if in as queries. Next, the result, the first one, variables as and communication, resources disposition and should have an important in the success of family supporting in the city. The second, the inhibiting factor is the family assistance teams communication with the communicating is still limited. The third, the supporting factor is that the family assistance team has received something prevention training before carrying out the duties in the file. And suggestion to our Ismail present for family support teams is expected uh, to be able to provide something presentation to the communication activity and value. And to for the improvement is expected to the family support team is needed to improve the knowledge. And thanks for to presentation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Enderman. So, any question from the floor? Yes?
Very participative audience.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasmine. I want to ask, what are the reasons made you choose research on stunting and the location of the BAC? Thank you.
Thanks. Sorry, I don't very understand to speak English
why?
step by step, but thanks for your question. To your question, your question is very, very good. But I answer.
Uh-huh.
for your question, the number one, the problem of stunting is a national priority problem in Indonesia. And the next, the stunting rate in Binjai City is 21.70, above the WHO standard tolerance limit. Thanks.
So any other question? Doctor, do you have one?
So I just would like to comment that it's good that everyone in Indonesia is working hand in hand in addressing the problem of stunting. Because a while ago, someone presented from Indonesia about how to prevent stunting, and now you're sharing with us what you're doing to prevent stunting or to address that problem. So, with the use of family support, so may I know, have you seen any improvement after the implementation of the study?
Implementation.
Improvement.
Yeah. Upaya-upaya. Sorry, I answer to bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah, sure.
Pertanyaannya mengenai apakah ada Oke, kalau untuk saat ini kalau kita mau lihat peran penting tim pendamping keluarga itu sangat penting, very important because tim pendamping keluarga atau relawan itu perannya sangat penting untuk melakukan pencegahan, pendekatan to family, pendekatan pada keluarga, maupun juga melakukan kegiatan edukasi kesehatan pada keluarga maupun kepada khususnya keluarga dan anak-anak stunting. You help me to
Anyone you can help translate.
Wait a minute. Do you want to add question or do you want to help to translate?
Translate.
Okay, so what you would like to conclude or is the output from the daripada menjalankan eksperimen ini, Andaman dapat tahu that melalui family input, that is family support, it's managed to prevent the something event or incident that happened among the. Okay, that one also I would like to ask: is it among the children, among the adult, or like from which age to which age, and what is the factor reason mainly that you identify by communicating with the family member? Any idea? Because we need to know the root cause. Kita nak tahu kenapa stunting tu first thing happen, isn't it? So any problem we need to understand the root cause. Kenapa stunting happen, and daripada menjalankan interview kualitatif dengan family, apa yang Mr. Anderman bagi tahu ataupun the output, the next step of your experiment or your project. Kesimpulan.
Oke. Kesimpulan dalam penelitian baik.
Ya.
Kesimpulan dari penelitian bahwa dalam penanganan stunting sangat perlu peran penting tim pendamping keluarga atau partisipan dari masyarakat. Karena partisipasi masyarakat ini bisa membantu pemerintah dalam melakukan edukasi kesehatan kepada keluarga, baik keluarga resiko stunting maupun keluarga yang memiliki anak stunting.
Okay, what is trying to say that the family support is very much important to give a support to any family member who is having this stunting issue, also like to prevent this scenario that happening in the family. That's what he's trying to say. All right. So thank you. Okay, next we would like to welcome Yeyen Desyar Fridasari.
Okay, hold on.
Is this?
Yeah, is this your slide? Kejap ya.
Revision.
Yeah. Betul. Sorry.
Revision.
Ini ya?
Yes.
Betul ya.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, the Honorable Ismail, Special for my Planning of College Associate Professor. Good afternoon, and Dr. Dimitri Nalapan.
Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon, all participants today.
In this session occasion, I want to present my research with the title The Relationship of Breastfeeding Mothers Popular Form with Success of Breastfeeding Mothers Babies aged 0 to 24 months. The first I want to explain how is the introduction and start background. Most mothers whose nipple are protruding and not protruding do not understand correct breastfeeding technique. Failure to breastfeed is often considered a problem for the child. Apart from that, mothers complain that their babies often cry, refuse to breastfeed, and so on, which are often interpreted mother that her breast milk is not enough, which often cause the decision to stop breastfeeding. Another problem in breastfeeding in babies is often nipple confusion. This is very often, and or crying often. The baby's weight loss. It can even cause the baby to become jaundice because the baby doesn't get enough breast milk. The impact of incorrect breastfeeding technique on the mother is that the mother experiences disturbance in psychological process after giving birth, such as sore and painful nipples, swollen breasts can even lead to mastitis or breast abscess, and so on. The purpose of this study was to determine the relationship of popular-form successful breastfeeding nursing mother with babies aged 0 to 24 months. Yes. Research purpose. Identification problem. I have three identification of problem. The first, identifying the population of breastfeeding mother in Kepuh Village, Kertosono District, Nganjuk Regency in 2023. The second, identifying the success of breastfeeding babies aged 0 to 24 months in Kepuh Village, Kertosono District, Nganjuk Regency in 2023. Third, identify relationship between safe popular of breastfeeding mothers with the success of mother breastfeeding babies aged 0 to 24 months. And the next slide. Yes. Research method. Okay. This is a mother breastfeeding babies at 0 to 24 months in Kepuh Village, Kertosono, the 90 people. Data source. Next. Excuse me.
Sorry?
Excuse me.
Enter. Sorry?
Excuse me.
Enter.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes, the sample of 48 people using the random sampling method. Data source, I used two data source, primary and secondary. Primary questionnaire data and secondary data obtained from previous research. And methods of collecting data, observation, and analyze chi-square statistic tests. Result and discussion. Research result. Most of respondents who were breastfeeding mothers had prominent papilla. So the ability of breastfeeding mother will be more successful in breastfeeding. For
Maybe you can conclude. You are going to reach 5 minutes ready. So maybe you can conclude.
yes, okay. Result and discussion. Frequency distribution. Successful breastfeeding in babies aged 0 to 24 months. There is 52.1%. There is 25 people, and
47.9%, there is 23 people. Result and discussion. From the result of the research, it is known that the result of calculation using the chi-square statistic. Yes. Conclusion and recommendation. Based on the result of the analyze and discussion in this research, it can be concluded that there is relationship between the shape of the papilla of breastfeeding mother and the success of breastfeeding babies is 0 to 24 months in the village Kepuh, Kertosono District, Nganjuk Regency 2023. Expecting to conduct for the research with more and more sample specific so that the research are more representative. Okay, this is all my presentation. I'm sorry because I made mistake. And thank you for the attention for me. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kene. So, any question from the floor? Any question? No? So, Lata?
Okay, hello ma'am, good afternoon. May I ask, you've mentioned that you made use of simple random sampling, correct? So, I wanted to know what is the strategy or technique used in identifying the respondents of your study?
Yes. I want to try answer your question. Jadi, I want to observation yang my respondent. Jadi the step one, I want to look jadi the sign mother, the sign mother and if the baby especially baby if less input breastfeeding, maka so is baby essentially always cry because it's not enough needs milk there. Yes.
I was wondering whether you have your what you call this sample
Inclusion, exclusion.
yes inclusion and exclusion
Exclusion
criteria for your
Yeah.
yes.
This is I have the random sampling, and my research yesterday not inclusive criteria sampling, but I use the random sampling only.
Random.
And
But still, you must be having, isn't it? Your random. Like, how do you randomly select these people? How do you randomly target? Okay, this mother. Okay, then you can. Was that a questionnaire base? Questionnaire base? Was that? Okay, how do you select this particular mother? Okay, A mother, C, D. Like, how do you randomly select those? That was, I suppose, the question from doctor. How do you select them? Because since it's random.
Supposing do you have the list of all the mothers? Is it by number?
Yes, they all this mother.
Okay.
And yes, mother and babies yang they have the protruding and non-protruding. But this is especially problem the mother is have problem not protruding. Because there is a problem in the my village. Jadi many case with mother is not success. You're supposed to give breastfeeding the baby. Jadi observation atau why is I look here if mother is not a success, the cry is very always cry every time is very there.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, thank you, doctor. So, any reason specific, Miss Yang, for choosing this Kepuh village? Why? Yeah, why? Kenapa? Why only Kepuh village? Because I saw your sample right from 90, it was around 48. So there must be a reason, isn't it? Okay, from 90 to 48. So why somewhere in Kepuh village? Why didn't your sample number was just only 48? Yeah. And from 90 became 48. and why you choose only Kapong village? Why didn't you increase your research sample size? Why?
Because for the reset reset the next
Mm-hmm.
but I want to try to do like the part
Mm-hmm.
not all the population I use. Because I want to try to enter criteria simple.
Okay, good.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we would like to invite Miss Tioma. All right. Thank you.
If you want to declare 5 minute break for tea or coffee,
Okay.
Is this your PPT?
if you want to
Yes,
continue,
new.
Okay, right.
New PPT.
Tioma, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
so after finishing, you declare 5 minutes.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tioma. I'm a student in doctoral philosophy in nursing from university. Today I am here to take the opportunity on June 9 of this exciting conference where we'll explore the
You can come closer to the microphone.
okay, breast cancer patient knowledge and characteristic about range of motion exercise after modified radical mastectomy at Kramat 128 Hospital, Jakarta, Indonesia. Okay, next.
Okay, next.
Okay, outline, introduction. In Indonesia, breast cancer commonly occurs in female population with 65.88. Total new case are about 60.6% of 396.9040 and new case of cancer. Modified radical mastectomy is one of the therapies commonly used to treat breast cancer. And during 2017, the phenomenon of surgery with modified radical mastectomy at Kramat Hospital, 66 breast cancer patients with total 40 complications. Range of motion is one on the exercise that can prevent some complication like trauma. ROM is exercise undertaken to maintain or improve the level of perfection of the ability to move joints normally and increase the amount of movement in joint. Patient after breast cancer surgery shall get early recovery with ROM to improve their condition and prevent some complication. Objective and methods. This study was to know about patient knowledge and characteristic about ROM exercise after modified radical mastectomy. However, this descriptive qualitative studi conduct and Kramat 128 Jakarta, August to and September 2023. 5 participants were interviewed about the knowledge and participation about ROM exercise after MRM surgery. And all participants were breast cancer patients who had undergone modified the radical mastectomy surgery and shall be able to communicate. Next. This data collection and analysis, sample and setting, data collection and data analysis. Next. Just for this, the qualitative component is of utmost importance. The 4 factors credibility, dependability, confirmability, and transferability are used to evaluate the reliability of qualitative research. To ensure the validity of this investigation, the research use a number of techniques: triangulation and member checking. The study team members may frequently to build the pride during the data processing. In order the transparent and consistent throughout the analysis process, the researcher keep journal and meet on regular basis to discuss the various viewpoint of the significance of the data. Result, understanding and benefit from, lack and understanding of from implementation, introduction to motivation for implementing ROM, patient experience and perception in implementation ROM. And next, and this some result from the interview. Next, and next. Okay, this question. Not all course MRM patient had enough knowledge and a good perception of range of motion because of a lack of information in the hospital. And the same thing was expressed in a study. Okay. And-
Ms. Tioma, maybe you can conclude. You're approaching 50
Okay, the same thing, the conclusion, there is no standard model of range of motion exercise for post-modified radical mastectomy patient in Indonesia. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Tioma. So, any question from the floor? Any question? So, doctor?
Sige. Okay. Hello, ma'am. So when I read the title of the study, I thought it's a quantitative study. But then when you presented it, it's a qualitative study. So I would like to ask, what is the mode or what's the analysis tool used in the study?
Analysis.
Yes, how did you analyze the result of your study? Is it content analysis?
Interview.
Okay, after the interview, how did you process your data?
Recording and analysis.
Yes.
Under two saturation, one respondent to five respondent asked, and how about 10 for respondent?
Okay.
And one by one result and we combine. If not coding, new coding, stop.
Okay, so that would be thematic analysis.
Yes.
Okay. And what specific model did you use for thematic analysis?
Specific. Model. Interview. Model analytic. Analyze data.
Okay. So,
Collection.
okay, understand that you made use of thematic
Yeah.
analysis in the study. Thank you.
So I have no question. All right. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Tioma. Thank you. So there's announcement. So all of us can go and have our tea for 5 minutes, and you can join. You can come back again. So maybe you can come back around 4:10. 4:10. 4:10. Please be in by 4:10. Yeah. Thank you. Next name.
Dengar.
Anu Doctor.
Chanif.
The very first presenter of SATA.
Okay. And then the rest?
And this person supposingly designed me to present
Mr. Chanif.
twice for another title,
Chanif.
but she cancelled it.
Cancer. So it's okay.
Yes.
So we have
One,
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Ah,
7.
still
doctor.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I need to ask again, Surya? Is the person is in the mind? Maybe once they can, then maybe we can just ask.
Towards the end we ask lah.
Towards the end.
Towards
What's
the end.
first person that absent? Miss Surya.
Is this your PPT? Betul ya? Betul lah? Ya, oke. Oke. Boleh minum teh dulu.
Oke,
Pukul
bagus.
4.10 boleh balik.
Tandas.
Ya,
Ah,
boleh, boleh. Tadi kudikin
Can I get tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, doctor. Please, please. பார்த்துட்டு வரேன்.
நான் பொண்ணு அந்த மாதிரி வாஷ்ரூம்
Abang dari mana, Bang?
Akbar ada ikutan di
Ayo. Oh ya, sih Nah, mari. Nah, orang lain bukan dia. Iya.
ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம் மேடம். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம். என்னடா இதோ இன்னும் வரல. சாப்பிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. 4:05 ஆச்சு. ஸோ முதல் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம். அவங்க ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டு ஆமாம். All right, please call your friends who is still outside. Is there any one of you?
Yeah, please call them.
Yeah, please call them. Ask them to come in.
So next, Mr. Chanif. Who's Mr. Chanif?
Mr.
Yeah,
Chanif,
get ready
yes, you
here.
can come and have the stage, please.
Okay, so yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you may start your presentation.
Okay. Okay, doctor. You ready? Okay. All right. So your time is start now.
Can I start now?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Hanif. I am a doctoral student at University of Surabaya. And also, I am a lecturer at Faculty of Nursing and Health Science, University of Semarang. Today, I would like to present my study. The title is The Correlation of Nurse Characteristics to the Accurate Practice of Stress Level Interpretation in the Emergency Department of Government Hospital in Semarang. Next slide. It is one of the reasons why I select this topic because in emergency department, a lot of the problem, one of the problem is misclassifying of the triage level when the nurse decision about the level of emergency in the patient. So triage is the process to select and shorten patient who arrive in the emergency, which one is more priority or not. Next slide. The accuracy of the assessment and patient-centered outcome is one of the indications of the assessment. A lot of factors that influencing of triage regarding from the nurse, yeah. For example, is the age, education level, and then training, experience working in the emergency installation, and also their skills. Some of them, there is some errors when they decide which one is more priority when patient admit in emergency department. Next. Next slide. So the phenomenon that occurs is that not all of nurses on duty in the triage department have triage training. Lack of nurse skills and lack of work factors greatly influence it. It is one of the reasons why I select this title. Next. It is the method of my study. The study design research was conducted using a quantitative method within the cross-sectional approach, and then setting and participant. This research involved in 3 hospitals in Semarang. The total number of samples are 145 in the hospitals. Data collections using a questionnaire based on the facts, and then the nurse characteristic including the gender, age, educational level, and length of works in emergency department. And then the observation sheet for accuracy of triage interpretation contains the patient's condition upon arrival, followed by triage categorized based on the condition. And then for the data analysis using the chi-score test. Next. It is the result of my study. For the gender, I'm sorry, it is not percentage, but it's the frequency. For the gender, the most of them is female, 77% from the number of nation, and then for the age, the most of them is early adulthood, and then from the level of education, the most of them is diploma degree, and then level of works, the most of them 1 to 5 years. Next slide. Okay. Based on the result of the study, the accuracy of interpretation of triage, the most of them is the triage accuracy upon the 68.3%. But for the samples, yeah, the triage is too much, yeah, about the 26.9%.
And then for the result of the study, the correlation between the gender of nurses and the accuracy of intervention level of triage, there is the correlation with the p-value less than 0.05. Next. And then another characteristic about the age and also the result of the study is the p-value less than 0.05. It is the relationship between the age and the accuracy of triage level interpretation. And then for the level education, also the p-value less than 0.05. It's with that there is correlation between the background of study with the accuracy of level triage in hospital. Next. And then the last one of the variables is about the length of work in the emergency and also the p-value less than 0.05. So this discussion, yeah. For
Mr.
the
Chani, maybe you can conclude your
okay,
project
conclude
15
next slide.
minutes. Yeah.
Okay, next slide. So for okay, next this from the all of the characteristics of nurse, from the age, from the gender, from the level of education and length of the work, four of variables are relation with the accuracy of triage level in the hospital. So it is one can be used for the nurse in hospital how they can put triage when they decide to select which one patient in the hospital. I think it's my presentation. Thank you so much for attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So any question from the floor? Any question? Yes.
What is the justification you select the title and what is the journey from your study?
Okay, thank you. Why I select this title? Because in hospital, especially in emergency department, the nurse has had authority and independently to decide which one is more priority. It is one of the responsibility in the hospital. So the characteristic of the nurse is more important to decide which whether they can get on duty in as a triage officer. And also, if I compare with my study, all of the variables, yeah, for the characteristics of nurse, from the one is about the gender. Gender has relationship with the accuracy level of triage. Men and women is different, yeah. For the men is usually is more potential and quick, yeah, where they work if compared with the woman, yeah. For the women, they when they work, yeah, usually is they use the emotional, full complex, the condition that can make in influence when they decide which one for the patient. Another variables about the age, as also is for the age is individual nurse, yeah, is the peak of work. They require movement precision and then straight, yeah, the understand and mindfully of nurse are influenced by the process, productive of age. And then for the background of study, yeah, background of the study, educational level was significantly related to the accuracy of nurse because the background or level of study will influence of the perception that can make the good knowledge when they decide to the make priority for each patient. For the last one is about the length of work. Yeah, the longer of work is more experience because it is they have a lot of taking action if compared with for the newcomer. It is one of the reason why I select this title and also I read for the my study. It is correct. Thank you so much.
All right. Any question? Okay, doctor.
Okay. I'm just curious whether it's better to have under triage or over triage.
Okay. Under triage is mean that the nurse has under and over triage is mean that the nurse they has false, yeah, false to interpret of the triage. Under triage it mean that the level of triage is lower than really accurate, and then for up triage is higher from the really triage. So it is make the problem if it is occurs in hospital.
Yeah. So it's dangerous
Yes.
to have under triage.
Yes, danger because the intervention from the medical doctor or from the nurse when they take intervention is longer time. So patient may be bad condition if not intervention immediately.
Okay. So were you able to communicate the result of your study to the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Okay. Because it's important that they know that the personnel in that hospital can triaging may have some problems, so they have to improve in those areas. So what can you suggest that they do to improve the triaging?
From this my study, I can suggest that for the nurse who has the duty in the officer is I think is men better than women because some of conflict interest internal like that
Emotion,
can influence emotion like that, and then also for the lack of work it is they must has a lot of the experience, and then also for the level of study also because if the diploma degree and bachelor or master is different. So there is some characteristic to give the duty from the nurse in as officer in an emergency department.
Thank you.
Okay, I have one question. I'm just curious since you have chosen government hospital. So is this scenario still same in private hospital? Can you generalize?
General, government hospital.
Is it the same in private hospital as well? Is it a general situation?
Different. It is
Different.
for the educational hospital. It's student. Teaching hospital for nurse and also medical doctors.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, next we would like to welcome Leori Olganita.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity for me today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Leori Olganita Banjarnahor. I'm from Medan and from Sari Mutiara, Indonesia University. I will present my research with the title Phenomenological Study of the Compliance with Paying Contribution by Independent Participants in the National Health Insurance Program in Medan in 2023. Next. Okay, introduction. The trend of the non-compliance to pay health insurance contribution in Medan City during these 6 years shows the increasing of contribution areas of health insurance by independent participants among class 1 to class 3 every year. The amount of health insurance areas of independent participants in Medan in 2017 is around 84 billion and increased significantly in 2022, become around 321 billion. The objective of this study are, first, to determine and analyze the causing factors of non-compliance in paying national health insurance contribution. We call it JKN in Medan, by independent participants. Second, to find out the effort made by the Social Security Agency on Health, or BPJS, to increase compliance in paying JKN contribution. Third, to find out the effort made by the Medan government through health department to taking care the independent participants in areas. Next. Method. This is a qualitative study with a phenomenological approach. Data collection is carried out by in-depth interviews and documentation. The informants in this research are independent JKN participants, Social Security Agency on Health or BPJS stakeholders, and Health Department stakeholders. Data analysis use the Myers and Huberman method. After the data collection, the data processing use the Myers and Huberman method with interactive analysis models. Next. Results. The causing factors of non-compliance with paying JKN contribution are, first, due to the large amount of arrears. Second, the independent participants are still able to seek health treatment using their ID card at the community health center. Third, economic factors. Fourth, number of dependents or family members. And fifth, increasing in use. Next. The causing efforts that have been made by health BPJS to increase compliance in paying JKN contribution are, first, providing confidence in payment methods such as from bank transfer or from what we call it, Shopee Pay or something like OVO, something like that. Second, establish communication with independent JKN participants through telecollecting efforts, conduct WhatsApp blasts for delinquent participants, visit delinquent participants through JKN cadres, and conduct outreach in sub-districts and crowded places. Third, the existence of a fast payment plan or REHAB program where the arrears can be paid in installments. Effort made by the health department and Medan city government are, first, switching independent participant to JKN contribution assistance recipients, or we call it PBI participants. This is to assist independent JKN participants who are financially struggling, offering them opportunity to register as PBI or JKN KIS participants in Medan, ensuring they continue to receive health services. Second, the Universal Health Coverage or UHC program through the Medan Berkah Health Insurance. We call it in Medan JKMB, Jaminan Kesehatan Medan Berkah of Medan City. This is ensures every citizen in the population has equitable access to quality promotive, preventive, curative, and rehabilitative health services at affordable cost just by showing their identity card. Conclusion and suggestion. Several factors contribute to the non-compliance of independent JKN participants in Medan in 2023. Towards their dues are include significant outstanding balances, the fact that citizens can access healthcare services at Puskesmas using their ID, economic challenge, the rise in the JKN fees for independent JKN participants, and the responsibility of supporting a large family. Second, health BPJS should intensify its public awareness campaigns, ensuring clarity and participants' duties, rights, and benefits. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any question from the floor? Yes.
Okay, my name is Ruth. I hear your presentations, and I want to ask you something. According to your presentation, you said that if the independent participants are not able to pay their arrears, the government through the health department will take the membership to the JKN contribution assistance recipients. I want to know how if the recipients want to change their membership because now they are able to pay their contributions. How is the process? They if they want to change their the status. I hope you understand my questions.
My English not very good.
Okay, thank you for your questions. Okay, I will try to answer. In Medan, with our JKMB program, the regulation that have been made for the universal health coverage that we call JKMB program. If the JKMB participants wants to change back their membership or status from the JKMB to the independent participant, they should wait about 12 months of their membership with the free membership with a JKMB program. After that, if they can change their membership again, but they have to pay their areas first. So it means if all the their areas should be paid first before they change their membership again to the independent participant like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any question?
Doctor.
I just want to know how many participants are included in the study.
Okay. This is a positive sampling, yeah.
How many?
I got around 10, 10 participants with the areas.
Is it within the saturation point?
Sorry?
Saturation point. No additional informations from your participants, and then you just added one participant, or
I am going through the community.
Yes.
In one of sub district there in Medan, and I come to their house and ask if they have a membership of BPJS, JKN or not, something like that. If they have areas, I will ask them some questionnaire that I have already made.
so why did you stop at 10 participants?
Okay, I stopped at 10 because actually their answers already common,
Yeah.
something like that. They already give the same answer.
And you did not add another one after the 10.
No, I already made some. I already list some question, and I mean it's will be it's that's what I mean. I will get the answer for the research, something like that. So I already get the answer. I keep listening to their reason, but I already
And then
note my point, something like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For your attention.
So next, we would like to welcome Sri Vayuni. Is she going to present it? I don't think so.
Sri Vayuni, excuse me.
Are you going to present to
Are you presenting to?
One.
Only one.
only one? So may I know the title? This
Is this the title? Correct, huh? Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, looks like this is another. I don't know.
It could be another
It could be
person.
another person.
Mm.
Okay, you can start. Yeah. Maybe louder. We couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Nearer. Okay.
Yes. So I want to have this opportunity to address the specific audience. Thank you very much. And introduce myself. My name is Iwahini. I'm from Muhammadiyah Somali University, Indonesia. I will present my research entitled Okay, thank you.
Better.
I will present my research entitled Stress and Coping Mechanism of Deported Women Qualitative Study. And this research, I'm Subrahini as a first author, and with Satya Pranata and Peggy Sofianti One. Next. Introduction. Okay. The first rate around the world has steadily been on the rise, and some said, according to an analysis from the Pew Research Center, we can see the picture where rate is divorce is always increasing from until 2022. This is data the global divorce status 2022. The number of divorce cases in Indonesia reached 506,134 cases in 2022. And okay, and in Indonesia, widow status is a status assigned to women who are separated from their husband either by death or by divorce. In Indonesia, women with divorce status are still stigmatized, when stigma and perception regarding divorced women in society are still skewed. The formation of negative stigma from society means that women who experience divorce will face many problems which can increase stress and make women psychological disturbed. To overcome the conflict experience, individuals have coping mechanisms as a way to defend themselves against change, they could work within themselves and form outside themselves. Okay, next. Purpose. The purpose of this study was to explore the stressor and coping mechanism for stress of divorced women in Indonesia. And third, the research is a qualitative research with a phenomenological approach. The research participants among to 8 women with a divorce status of less than 2 months who experience mild and moderate stress in dealing with the new status of divorce in children with Java, Indonesia. Data collection method using the depth interview technique and administering questionnaire perceived stress scale or PSS to determine a person level of psychological stress. And data analysis in this study, the policy method. And the result from the thematic result of the participant, 2 themes, yes, this is a stressor of divorce and coping mechanism of divorce. Stressors of divorce, woman social status, negative stigma of society, the role of single parents, economic factor, low self-esteem, fear of facing future life, relationship with ex-husband and his family, and coping mechanism of divorced woman, self-management, enjoying the process, reversal of problems, telling problems to others, strengthening spirituality and self-reflection. In conclusion, conclusion from the thematic research and the results and suggestion. Seeing the stressor in divorced woman can have a negative impact physically, psychologically, and socially. It's an advisor for families and surrounding communities to provide moral support to divorced women so that they can go through the loss phase calmly until the process of accepting and using adaptive coping mechanism in dealing with stress. This is our friends, and thank you.
It's a very good presentation. Okay, any question from the floor? Yes, sir.
Thank you. I cannot hear well because
Soft, very soft.
we are sound. Yeah. For the first, what is the reason you select this the title in your research study? Yeah. The second one is what if the benefit after now about the result of study. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The reason why
Maybe louder a bit since it's far away. Louder a bit. We can't hear.
the reason for choosing this term because the cost rate in Indonesia is high. It's always increase every year. You know that the picture always increase. We all know that we cannot ignore the psychological impact of divorce because it can cause mild and severe things such as low self-esteem, depression, ideas, and even suicide. And we hope that this doesn't happen, so I want to examine with source of stress and coping mechanism experience by divorced women. Whether they experience mild, moderate, or severe stress, and whether their coping mechanism are adaptive or maladaptive. So that when we know from an early age, we know their stressor and if coping mechanisms are not adaptive, interventions should be carried out immediately, and it's hope that this can prevent that in our community and benefit impact
for the future study is hope that the result of this research will mean that we as health worker or as a society can provide support and encouragement to the health women so that they can continue their life normally and adapt with all the new status.
Okay. Any question? No? Doctor?
Okay, this is one more question. Okay, I'm familiar with Colysis method of analysis, and part of the analysis is going back to the community, correct? And then let them check now whether um, the result of or the themes in your study are the same as to what they mean it to be. So I just wanted to know, how was the process like?
Uh, we serve we go or before the woman to one then let's to one um
The divorce.
yes
After they got
yes
divorced.
misalnya itu convince teknik sampel so yang terdekat modelnya ya nah itu aku dan memang yang 2 bulan terakhir
2 months.
yang baru apa di baru 2 bulan terakhir itu dengan status pencarian.
Oh, you mean the last 2 months before they got announced officially getting divorced, is it? Okay. All right. So my question: has this type of study been conducted before in Indonesia? Since the rate is getting higher, ada pernah any other studies like similar to yours been conducted before? Novel, I mean, like I'm coming to the point of novelty. Is this the kind of like a new study or any studies been reported before? Ada ke any similar study macam Sri Wayuni buat pernah di reporter, pernah di record before? Any similar studies?
Tapi
Uh-huh.
no cuma
Oh, so that's the difference between their studies and your study. Is this can you see the research gap? Can you find something new in terms of this coping mechanism? Is it that you can able to tell them to improve the mental stress listening? Okay, thank you. Interesting study and very good presentation. Thank you. Okay, next we would like to welcome Miss Sylvina Indriani.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor to be here with all of you, and I thank the University College Malaysia to hold this amazing event for all of us. Honorable audience, without further ado, I'm Sylvina Indriani from Ichas Health Science College, Padang, Indonesia, will present my research entitled The Effect of Fresh Acupressure and Reducing Anxiety in Postpartum Mothers at the Martini Board Midwife Independent Practice or PMD in Padang City. Introduction. During the postpartum period, postpartum mothers will experience physiological, psychological, and social adaptation. Postpartum mothers may experience psychological disorder during the postpartum period, one of which is anxiety, while in case of baby blues, it can occur in 50 until 80% of mothers who have just given birth. Several complementary therapies can increase patient comfort. For example, facial acupressure, which is one of the complementary therapies that is useful for reducing stress and anxiety. To determine the effect of facial acupressure on reducing anxiety levels in postpartum mothers. For the methods, Variable is dependent variable is postpartum mother anxiety and independent variables giving facial acupressure. Population example of patient postpartum in the independent practice in multilingual midwife in Padang City in 2023, there will be 30 people. This research used method like an experiment with a blend, one group test and post test design. This research was carried out in Padang City from May to June 2023. Next. For the result, based on table, the level of anxiety before uh, give, being given facial acupressure was that there were postpartum mothers who had a mild level of anxiety, namely 23 respondents and 7 respondents who had moderate anxiety, and none the postpartum mothers experienced severe anxiety or very heavy. And the frequency distribution of anxiety levels in postpartum women after giving facial acupressure therapy based on table, the level of anxiety after being given facial acupressure contained postpartum mother who didn't experience anxiety, namely 26 respondents and 4 respondents who had mild anxiety and not a single postpartum mother who experienced moderate anxiety, severe anxiety, or very severe anxiety. Based on table bivariate, it can be seen that the result of the data analyzed test using Wilcoxon test where the mean or average before the intervention was given 5.22 and after the intervention was given 2.90, which means there was a decrease in anxiety level after the intervention. Next. For discussion and conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, after carry out the Wilcoxon sampling test, a value of P equal 0.00 or P less than 0.05 was obtained, which means that there was an effect of giving facial acupressure on the level of anxiety in postpartum mother at PMB Martinibur, Padang City. By giving facial acupressure to postpartum mothers during the postpartum period, it can reduce the level of stress or anxiety in postpartum mothers. Next. That is all my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Silvina. Any question from the floor? Yes. Acupressure. Interesting.
What is it, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. My name is Lydia from Indonesia. During the postpartum period, 3 ways that mother go through, namely taking in, taking hold, and letting go. For your research sample, during what period did you take postpartum mother? Okay, I will answer the question. Thank you for the question, Miss Lydia. In my research, the sample were postpartum mother during the taking hold period in 3 until 10 days postpartum mother. Because this is phase, the postpartum mother has returned home and start a new role in her life. Maybe take her baby, take her body, and etc. That's all. Thank you.
I'm curious, who conducts the acupressure?
Uh, with the technical acupressure when in the phase postpartum mother.
Is it one person for all of the respondents or participants of the study?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So for the next presentation, Sri Bayoni on the title, The Effect of speech therapy? No? Okay. So we can move to the next presenter, Mr. Chow Chui Chui.
Excuse me, can I have your slides, please? Which is your slides? Why is that? Yeah, this. This one. This is your slides? No. Did you send to the email? Okay. Good. This one. Okay. You have it everything? Okay. This one? No. What is the name of your cruiser edge? It's not there. It's not appearing.
It is not detecting anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one?
Which one? This one, huh? Yes. Okay, I'll just copy paste now. Just give me a moment. I'll just paste this. Okay. All right, let me start. Sorry for the delay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, my name is Chukwiti, and my duties are with the exploration and analysis of modern medicine and the traditional Chinese medicine in the treatment of osteoporosis. It status and risk of osteoporosis with the continuous of development of modern science and technology and the arrival of the aging population. More and more people are suffering from the harm of osteoporosis, such as fracture, pain, etc. The clinical treatment of osteoporosis is diverse. The effect is different. Okay, now. Osteoporosis is a disease of the bone system, commonly found in older adults. It causes bones to become thin, weak, brittle, and prone to fracture. Osteoporosis is mild and often symptomatic, but it can increase the risk of fractures, especially in the spine and hips, which can lead to reduced physical function, mobility, and even bedridden conditions. Osteoporosis can also cause other complications such as back pain, compression fractures, loss of weight, and curvature of the spine. Therefore, the prevention and treatment of osteoporosis is crucial. Modern medicine treatments of osteoporosis with further 1. Drug therapy, 2. Also 3. Fracture repair treatment, and 4. Nutritional treatment, 5. Exercise therapy. This is the advantage of modern medicine. 1. The development of osteoporosis can be inhibited by drugs, including estrogen, calcium, vitamin D, and so on. And 2 is surgical treatment. 3. Biological treatment. 4. Rehabilitation therapy. This is the disadvantage of modern medicine. 1 is the long-term, non-treatment cycle. 2. Drug side effects. 3. Surgical risks. And 4 is high cost. The traditional Chinese medicine Chinese medicine continue. Chinese medicine can regulate the balance of yin and yang in human body, improve the kidney qi weakness, promote the formulation of bone so as to achieve the purpose of osteoporosis. And two is diet. Three is Chinese spiritual, acupuncture therapy and moxibustion. And massage and Chinese exercise, for example, Tai Chi and Qi Gong. Next. Yeah. This is advantage of TCM. TCM believes that osteoporosis is caused by internal factors such as insufficient qi and blood, kidney deficiency. Two, traditional Chinese medicine is often used to treat osteoporosis, which has mild effect and few side effects, and will not cause too much burden to the patient body. Three, traditional Chinese medicine also pay attention to adjusting diet structure following the principle of medicine and food coordinate. This is a disadvantage of TCM. The treatment of osteoporosis by traditional Chinese medicine is long-term persistent and cannot be expected to take effect in a short time. And it also requires individual treatment of patients. Three, TCM treatment of osteoporosis requires certain professional knowledge and skills, and it is necessary to seek experienced TCM physician for treatment. Now is the current status of osteoporosis treatment. Osteoporosis is a common bone metabolic disease. Integrated treatment of Chinese and Western medicine can better promote the increase of bone density and bone recovery. Specific treatment plans are as follows. One, drug treatment. In terms, okay, next. It's a diet. Eat more food containing calcium, vitamin D, protein, and other nutrients such as dairy products, soy products, seafood, and so on.
Okay, you can conclude. Huh?
Yeah.
Hold on. Huh? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. In conclusion, integrated treatment of Chinese and Western medicine can promote the increase of bone density and bone recovery in a more comprehensive way. However, before treatment, we should first consult professional doctors and formulate systematic, professional, and personalized treatment plans according to our own conditions. Okay.
Thank you, doctor. So, any question from the floor? Any question? No, doctor.
Maybe he can show us some Tai Chi move.
Yes.
Have some exercise.
Show some.
Yeah.
First, we can stand like this, and the distance and the shoulder is the same, and we can take a deep breath. Then our arm can down, and we can out the breath.
Maybe we can do it together for everybody. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Then. It can make us concentrate and silence. And also we can exercise our neck, just like this. We can slowly get forward, and then we can forward bend, and then we can turn left, and then turn right, and this can start.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, how many times do we need to do this?
Yeah,
That was his question actually. How many
How
times
many
do
times
we need to do this exercise? Once a day or twice a day? This breathing in, breathing out. How many times?
One time
Frequency.
30. 30. We got 30.
30.
30 times.
30.
30 times.
30.
Yes, yes.
30.
And this movement we can exercise 10 minutes.
What's 10 minutes?
But it requires slowly.
Okay.
Slowly.
Okay. No.
Slowly.
Okay.
Not nice.
Slowly.
Okay.
And also, I have one question, Doctor. Is this exercise together is a combination effect? Is it like a synergic effect together with the medication, or is it only the exercise can help to alleviate the pain, osteoporosis condition? Like, is it a combination effect with the medication, the traditional Chinese medicine, or exercise good enough?
Yeah, no.
It's a combination?
Yes, combination.
Okay.
And we use Chinese herbs and
Chinese herbs
herbs
or
exercises such as acupuncture and
Okay.
moxibustion and
Okay.
massage.
Like a collective effects.
Yeah.
Is it? All right. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Next, our last presenter. Let's welcome Miss Nur Chahaya. Okay.
My name is Marjorie Mulan. I am a doctor in University Lincoln College. I am from Medan, Indonesia. Now my title, Effectiveness of a module on a manual exclusive breastfeeding practice and its impact among mothers with children under 6 months. Batangbro Health Center in Indonesia is one of the health service units located in the Dairi regions, area with a lot of mothers that do not have the interest to read pamphlets distributed at the health center to learn the effectiveness of breastfeeding. Objective. So what I did was to primarily develop an electronic module and implement it and then investigate on the implementation of a module on manual exclusive breastfeeding practice and its impact to mothers with children under 6 months old. Specifically, the module from the manual exclusive breastfeeding practice help to determine the practice support as an impact on the practice of manual exclusive breastfeeding. Determine the informational support as an impact on the practice of a manual exclusive breastfeeding. Determine the self-esteem support as impact on the practice of manual exclusive breastfeeding. Determine the belonging support as an impact on the practice of a manual exclusive breastfeeding. Only in Indonesia, specifically at the Batangbro Health Center, participants were breastfeeding mothers residing in Batangbro, Indonesia, with infants less than 6 months. The total number of breastfeeding mothers for the year 2023 will not be discussed. The web page codes are private and confidential and are copyright and will not be discussed in the presentation. Due time constraint, details of the data collection method will not be discussed, and only the multivariate result will be present. Methodology, the research developed an online a module using WordPress. You can see the link. A quasi-experimental study design was used. Pretest and post-test software questionnaire. Pretest and post-test, which were software questionnaire based on the module The post-tests were taken after 13 days of seminar on how to use the module at Batam Guru Health Center. The implementation of the module on manual exclusive breastfeeding among the experimental subjects had a more significant impact on what the practice support and self-esteem support variable as compared up to informational support and belonging support that had a lesser significant impact. Conclusion. A model and manual exclusive breastfeeding gave an impact on the mother at Batam district in Indonesia. Informational support, mother become more interested in learning in interactive way of breastfeeding as it increase their knowledge on interesting facts. Practical support, the model show interactively how to do manual exclusive breastfeeding. And self-esteem support boost their self-worth in their ability to exclusive breastfeeding on their one. Belonging support acceptance from family members because the village is a culture to breastfeeding infants program. Thank you.
Any question from the floor members?
Any question? No. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Madam, can you explain, according to your research, how effective the breastfeeding to you? How effective the breastfeeding to your research for the mother?
Thank you, Sir Henry. I want to try practical support the module. Show interactively how to do manual exclusive breastfeeding. I think we can to see the slide. Ada 4 yang sudah jelaskan dari 4 faktor pendukung yang activeness berpengaruh untuk dukungan keluarga. Support family in information and belonging, dukungan percaya diri. Thank you.
Any question? Doctor.
Yeah. I want to know about your e-module. So, before you have your module, but it's not yet an e-copy, for example. So, the e-module is just similar to the module that you are using, or entirely different.
The module to respondent, I give link the module and group WhatsApp to the mother have a baby for breastfeeding. I give link and I to mengajari how to take the module link and answer the questionnaire and to module or something knowledge in the module WordPress.
So this is just a questionnaire on knowledge.
Yes, and we
Okay. Thank you.
Means how long after you give the e-link, you do the questionnaire? You distribute the questionnaire. 13 days.
13?
13. 1 3.
3 days.
13 days.
1 3 days. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all the presenters, and I hope this presentation session has given a very good insight on research and development. And in future, I would expect more researchers and more young scientists to join us in this presentation session. Thank you very much. Once again, give a round of applause to all the presenters. And before we leave, I would like to call Prof. Santana to give a token of appreciation to the chairpersons. Can we have Dr. Lee? Can we have Dr. Devi Nalapan? Thank you very much, Prof. Santana. Thank you so much. We would like to call everybody. Okay. All right. Please be seated. We would like to call you for a photo session in a while. Please be seated for a while.
Smile.
Together, all of us.
Okay, I would like to call upon all the presenters to come and have a photo session with us. Thank you. Yes, please. Please come to the front. Yeah.
Dekat-dekati dari osteoporosis. Ini osteoporosis. Excuse me. Geser sini. Ya. Ini gua agak mundur aja.
Gini ya.
Ya. Udah kering bibir.
Kak minta bantu handphone kita, Kak. Kak. Kita bantu handphone kita. Handphone. Iya. Oh, enggak kayak. Oke.
Sudah?
Oke.
Nggak ada aba-abanya.
Ada itu.
Jadi pikir patung gitu.
Oke, thank you.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Skoshi, ima skoshi. ಇವನ್ನ போன வாட்டி அவங்க தான் கலெக்ட் பண்ணாங்க. Okay. Yeah, we managed to finish it before 5:30. Yes. Yes. So is Malaysia is the first time? No, been here many times.
No, this is my third time to join Ichas.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I've joined the one in Shah Alam, and then still in Shah Alam with different venue, and then so this is my third.
Oh, this is my first time. Because I just nearly joined Lincoln last year.
Last
so just completed my one.
Wow,
Yeah,
congratulations. So you are now a faculty.
Faculty Applied Science.
Okay.
Applied Science. So
Applied
I'm
Science.
guiding the postgraduates from the Health Science.
Any course. It could be nursing.
Yes,
dentistry.
yes.
Okay.
Because Prostata is who passes the she's the dean of radiology. So we also guide the students from the topic radiology. So that's why I'm really learning, especially the qualitative.
The qualitative,
Yes, because
yes.
I was moved from experimental quantity.
Quantity.
So
That's why.
it's quite new, so I'm still learning. Yes.
That's okay.
So it's a very good chance, opportunity for me to learn from you, doctor. Thank you. Nice to meet you, doctor.
And that's the
Yeah, Mr. Dr. Martin.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Maybe we can take photos and share with us. So that we can
Just do selfie.
get a selfie on us.
This is his second time.
Oh, that's nice.
Apply science is something new to us. We actually don't have that.
Oh, it's more to that's completely new to me as well. So, and this is with experimental development, product development, such as nutrition based on the obesity, metabolic. There's so many
And all your undergraduate course.
My degree was in biotech, applied by biotechnology. Because I skipped local university, UNT. Then I skipped actually my master.
And then proceed the
Because I did. I got degree. So I was managed to get the direct PhD first time. So I did in University Malaya. PhD in biotechnology.
Yeah,
Yes, biotech.